Hello, today's video is going to be on the transformation of a rotation. To rotate an object is to simply spin around a center point. Now that center point is going to change. What we rotate around is going to be different depending on the problem. We do have a nice little cheat here, rules of rotation. The key is that these rules of rotation are only going to work if we are rotating around the origin. So we have different kinds of rotations. We can go clockwise or counterclockwise, and just think about a clock. Which way do the hands on a clock move? So if it goes the same way that the hands on the clock moves, it's clockwise. If it goes the opposite way that the hands on the clock move, it's counterclockwise. We know 90 degrees, 180, 270. If we look at a circle, 90 degrees is every quadrant. So every time we turn, that's going to be 90 degrees. So if I'm going 90 degrees clockwise, or 180 degrees clockwise, or 270 degrees clockwise, or 360 degrees clockwise. Every time you go 90 degrees, you're going one turn around the circle. Let's go ahead and start the first one. If I want to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise from the origin, I look at my little chart, I find 90 counterclockwise, here it is. If I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise, I need my points. If I'm starting at xy, I'm going to go to negative yx. And we'll talk about what that means in just a second. Let's start by finding our original points, A, B, C. Remember, A prime, B prime, C prime, those are the image, where you end up after your transformation. So A is at 2, 1, B is at 5, 5, and C we're going right 9 up 2, which puts us at 9, 2. So x is the first number, y is the second number. What this tells me once I want to do is I want to move the y first and then I want to negate it. So since my y is a 1, I'm going to negate that and make it a negative 1, and then I just move the x to the second spot. For my b value, again, we're going to take that y, we're moving the y from the second position to the first position, and we negate it. So since my y was a negative 5, or a positive 5, it's going to become a negative 5. The x just moves from the first spot to the second spot. The 9 and 2, we move the y first and we do the negating, and then the x just moves second and stays the way it is. So the image after this rotation, and remember, here's my origin. What I'm doing is I'm taking this triangle and I'm rotating it counterclockwise 90 degrees. So I'm going one click around my circle. I know I'm going to end up counterclockwise over here somewhere, going one turn of my circle around. And to plot those points, we're at negative 1, 2. This is the image of A, so A prime, negative 5, 5. This is the image of B, so B prime. And the image of C is negative 2, 9, negative 2, 9. Puts me of my image of C here. And we can see that as we took this object in relationship to the origin, I rotated it one click to the left because that's going counterclockwise. This is where my image is going to end up. All right, let's try that again. This time I want to go 180 degrees clockwise. So that means I'm going to turn to the right. 180 degrees means I'm going to go 2 clicks around my circle. I am going around my origin, so we can use that little cheat from above. We find 180 degrees. Oh, well, 180 degrees, regardless of which way we're going to end up, we're going to be in the exact same spot. And I see that's xy to negative x, negative y. So the rule I'm going to follow here, if my original points are at xy, we go to negative x, negative y, or opposite of x, opposite of y. We are at the exact same points that we had above, so we can actually just copy down those A, B, C values. We're starting with the exact same image, so A is still at 2, 1, B is still at 5, 5, and C is still going to be at 9 too. This time, again, my turn, it's 180 degrees clockwise. So this would be a 90-degree turn. This is a 180-degree turn. I'm doing one click around my circle each time. So I know that my image is going to be somewhere over here. If I look at my rules I need to follow, here's my original x. What I do is I make it negative, or do the opposite. Since I'm at a positive, it becomes a -2. Same thing with the y. I negate it, so that becomes a -1. -5, -5, -9, -2. So my new points, the image of A is -1, -2. That's the image of A, -5, -5. Here is the image of B, and -9, -2, the image of C. And there are my two triangles rotated around that circle 180 degrees clockwise, so I'm going the same direction that a clock would go. Again, this is in terms of the center of rotation being the origin. So that's the spot that's not moving. I'm taking this object and I'm rotating it around. Let's go ahead and turn to the back side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate around a point, which is different than the origin. We don't have any fancy set of rules to follow, but we think about 90 degrees clockwise around point H. If point H is the center of rotation, that's the center, that's the point that's not going to move. So H is not going to move, it's not going to come up. Let's look at our original points. M is at 1, 3. A, we're going right 7, up 3. T, right 7, down 1. H, right 1, down 1. What I need to do is I need to rotate these around H. So I'm imagining that H is not going to move. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to go one click to the right. So if MH is currently going up and down, what I want to do is I want to rotate that one click to the right. So up, down, I'm now going to go left, right. And I look, the distance is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So M is now going to be here. So MH was now going up, down. I rotated that one click to the right, 90 degrees. So going up, down, I'm now going left, right. MA from M is going left, right. So now I've got to click this one over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That has a length of 6, so I count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the image of A. So again, this was going up, down, so I moved it going to the right. This was going left, right, so now it's going up, down. T is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the image of T, and there's going to be my rotation around this center point H. Since H is the center of rotation, the coordinates of H are never going to change. So this is still going to be at 1, -1. Now M moved to 5, -1. A moved to 5, -7. And T moved to 1, -7. So let's try that again. We are going to rotate it 180 degrees clockwise this time. Still around point H, so point H is not going to change. Just like before, we're starting with the original MATH, so it's the exact same points as above, so we can just copy down exactly what we did before. MATH, they're all starting in the same spot. We know H is not going to move because that's our center of rotation, so I can go ahead and copy 1, -1. But this time, our rotation is 180 degrees. That means it's 2 clicks around the circle. So if MH is going up, down, one click, 90 degrees, would go left, right. But I need to go a second click around the circle to go up, down. So this is a 90-degree turn, this is a 90-degree turn, giving me a 180. So MH, which had a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the image of M is now going to be here. I went 180 degrees clockwise, which means I turned to the right. MA is going left, right. If I went 90, it would be going up, down. 90 more, now we're going back left, right, the other direction. And again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the image of A. And then up, down goes left. If we went 90, just like MH, we would now be going side to side. Now we're going up, down again. That puts us our image of T here and back to the beginning. So we're taking this entire object and we're rotating it 180 degrees, 2 clicks every single time around the center point of H. So that's the point that's not going to be moving. So our new M is at 1, -5. Our new A is at -5, -5. And our new T is going to be at -5, -1. All right, we have one more left. What I want you to do is to press pause and see if you can do your last rotation, which is 270 degrees clockwise around the point H. All right, let's see how you did. Again, just like before, I started off with my center of rotation at H. I looked at this segment MH. It's now going up and down. If I rotated it 90 degrees, it would be going left and right. And I rotate it 90 more, I'm going up and down. I have to go 90 degrees more to get to that 270. So 270 is 3 clicks around your circle, which is giving me that segment MH to now be here. So from M prime to H, and then same thing, I build up 6, right 4, down 6. I make sure that I keep the same size as the original object. This is showing me that H is our center of rotation, so notice the coordinates of H have never changed. We're going 3 clicks around the circle to the right. All right, and that is going to be all for your rotation video.